From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Evening Edition.
First tonight, the group Save the Children is reporting more than 3,200 children have been killed since the war began, almost all of them Palestinian. Aid is now arriving in Gaza City, but workers say it is desperately short of what's needed. And now thousands of people are storming UN warehouses just to get basic supplies. At the same time, Hamas has offered Israel an exchange, saying they would release all of the hostages if Israel releases all Palestinian prisoners. An Israeli military leader called the offer exploitation. The International Criminal Court was at the Rafah crossing from Gaza into Egypt today. They are investigating both the initial terror attack in Israel and war crimes in Palestinian territories.
And we need to make sure the law is on the front lines and the law is seen to ameliorate the suffering of so many at this moment who are living in terror, who are frightened, and have a right to be protected by the institutions built after the Second World War.
That International Criminal Court is an independent organization based in The Hague. Israel is not a member of the court, and it does not cooperate with the investigation. In the South Bay, people are rallying in support of Palestinians, hundreds showing up in San Jose with signs and flags, making their voices heard. The demonstrators say they just want the violence to end.
The bombs are not differentiating between civilians and non-civilians. And whatever Israeli claim, the bombs are not separating them. They bomb everywhere. And we don't know, we have a head count, but we don't know how many people are under the rubble.
The Health Ministry says the Palestinian death toll now has risen past 8,000 people. John Ramos picks up our coverage in San Francisco.
This was a day for supporters of Israel to speak out. They say they feel very much left alone by the world community to deal with an atrocity that has yet to end. For those on either side of the conflict, where the blame lies seems obvious, but for the rest of the world, it's not so clear. The murders, rapes, and kidnappings committed by Hamas on October 7th were shocking. But then Israel began its siege on Gaza, and after 3 weeks of relentless bombings of civilian areas, public opinion has swung the other way. Much of the world is appalled by the death toll of Palestinian civilians in Israel's pursuit of Hamas, but many in the Jewish community have closed ranks around the only homeland they feel they have.
We are united. It is horrible that it took a tragedy of this magnitude for all of us to wake up and realize that we need each other.
This rally at San Francisco's Yerba Buena Gardens was a gathering of people who feel very alone in their struggle against terrorism. They say the atrocities didn't end on October 7th, not with more than 200 kidnapped men, women, and children being held hostage by Hamas. Adi Shaker held a sign with pictures of missing family members and wonders why the public can't understand Israel's rage over it.
But it is amazing to me that in times like that, we're still so lonely. In times like that, we still feel like we have to explain our suffering and this barbaric act.
They say it is the keeping of the hostages that is driving Israel's violent response.
Nobody likes war. Nobody wants to see this. But when you have hostages that have been taken from Israel and they're being held right now by a terrorist organization, what do you want Israel to do? Nobody would ask you, if you had your child was sitting there as a hostage in Gaza by a terrorist organization, you would not be calling for a ceasefire.
Well, they're bombing buildings, but not indiscriminately. They're bombing buildings because they know there's people hiding under, and those people are vicious, they're bad people, they're terrorists. They came into Israel, they did what they did, and now we need to seek our revenge. We need to defeat those people.
As Israel prepares for a ground assault on Gaza, even those in the American government have questions. On CBS's Face the Nation, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told Margaret Brennan that it is up to Israel to control its own military operation.
And we will continue to ask the hard questions of them, Margaret, that we would ask of ourselves in a military operation like this. What exactly are the objectives? How are the means matched to the objectives? And how will this evolve over time?
We don't want to be in the position of defending or promoting any action that's taken around this. We have no control over it, so it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to engage in it. What I will say is that the Israeli public is united in this not being able to happen again. And so they are looking for their government to restore the confidence of the people that Hamas cannot be able to carry out an attack like this in the future.
Fighting terrorism is hard enough, but with Hamas buried deep within a civilian population, any effort to remove them is bound to look pretty ugly to the rest of the world, leaving Israel feeling very much alone.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest coming out of Israel and Gaza on our website, KPIX.com, and streaming on the CBS News app.
Taking a live look now at the state capitol, California's Attorney General Rob Bonta has announced the state's ban on assault weapons will be in effect until further notice. This comes after challenges by lower courts. California's deaths by gun is 43% lower than the nation's average. The decision will make it illegal to purchase, move, or have assault weapons in the state.
Meanwhile, Gavin Newsom has been in China all week. The country has been under increasing criticism for intellectual property theft and espionage. Newsom, though, was in Shanghai to talk about climate change partnerships. He toured Tesla's Shanghai factory with Chinese officials, and they signed an agreement on protecting the environment and tackling climate change.
The governor's office is partnering with San Francisco on a new hardline approach to tackling the opioid crisis in the city, specifically when it comes to the number of overdose deaths. They're hoping to investigate those deaths as homicides and to try to charge their dealers with murder. Wilson Walker has more.
Posters like that, posters for people trying to find their kids or other family members, you know, things along the lines of that.
Victor is standing on one of the more troubled corners in the Tenderloin. Just a few feet away, friends and family were creating a memorial for a recent overdose victim, and the drugs that are driving up the death toll draw a crowd every single day, Victor among them.
You're gonna move to where it's most abundant.
If someone dies from a drug overdose here in San Francisco, and we investigated and can discover that there is evidence leading back to the dealer, that dealer could be held accountable for murder.
Just a mile away, San Francisco Mayor London Breed was announcing her latest push against the city's open-air drug market, a task force with the state that will try to link deaths to dealers. But San Francisco has occasionally struggled just to convict dealers of selling drugs, many of them claiming that they are selling because they are being trafficked to do so.
We did recently secure a guilty verdict in a drug dealing case in which that defense was asserted, and the San Francisco juries are waking up to the fact that these are people who are choosing to be here on our streets.
Well, we hope that dealers will decide that San Francisco is not the place for them to be dealing, period. That's our goal.
It's going to discourage a handful of people.
Victor says the serious dealers will not be swayed by the deterrent, but he says something is changing the drug market on these sidewalks.
Since they had that, you know, that collaboration with the Highway Patrol and all that shit, they're bouncing out anywhere they find people, and they're doing raids on every block. They're circling all the time. It's extra hot.
And that is translating into a lack or a lowered supply of drugs on the street.
Yeah.
One assessment from the street there, the San Francisco Public Defender's Office quick to respond, calling this another step in the wrong direction toward the continued revival of the failed war on drugs in San Francisco. This is something that's being tried in other places around the state, Fresno, San Diego, but you can't expect a lot of opposition to it here in San Francisco. How will that all unfold? How might it look on the streets, let alone what it looks like if a case gets in front of a jury? That's a long way off. The task force set to start work, we are told, in early 2024.
Customs and Border Patrols announced San Francisco will be one of 3 cities involved in a coordinated effort to crack down on fentanyl production. The agency says it will work with law enforcement, the Postal Service, and shipping companies to disrupt the supply chain of products used to make the drug. The Oakland Police Department has shut down a social media strategy meant to help fight auto burglaries. The pilot program, which lasted less than a day, allowed people to direct message police on X and Instagram if they see someone breaking into a car. And while some question the decision to end the program, OPD says the decision to shut it down was always the plan. Max Darrow explains.
On Friday, Oakland police created social media accounts called Oakland Autoburg, where people could DM or direct message the police about auto burglaries in process. This was a pilot program that was originally supposed to run through the weekend, but the accounts were deactivated by Friday night. Auto burglaries are a problem in Oakland. District 5 Councilman Noel Gallo knows this firsthand.
My car's been broken in 3 times, one in front of City Hall and 2 over by Jack London Square attending business meetings.
Oakland auto burglaries are up 36% compared to last year. OPD launched the social media pilot program so they could test out an additional way for community members to report auto burglaries. The move came as a surprise to Gallo.
I was, watching the news on TV, and that's the first time I had heard that was going to be implemented here in Oakland.
But the program was shorter lived than many people expected. In a Facebook post on Friday around noon, OPD wrote the program would run through the weekend. But by Friday night, the Oakland Autoburg accounts notified followers they were done and deactivating the accounts. People on social media expressed frustration with the duration of the pilot program. But in a statement shared with CBS News Bay Area on Sunday, OPD told us the auto burglary social media reporting pilot was always intended to be a limited test. The test concluded as scheduled and the accounts were deactivated as planned. This account will be reactivated ahead of our next test. Thank you to all who participated. The Oakland Police Department will review the results of these tests and evaluate the next steps. Gallo says the intent behind the program is good.
I hope the new technology reporting system works, but at the end of the day, it's going to take the enforcement to follow through on the call.
And that, he says, is lacking.
Right now, what I'm getting from my neighbors, my residents here with the frustration, not only do they do not get a response from 911, they don't get a response from the 311 system that we have.
We asked OPD how many messages they received over the course of the pilot program, but we're told that OPD could not provide that information at this time.
A prescribed burn is planned tomorrow near the San Mateo County coast. CAL FIRE says they will ignite 100 acres of brush at Pomponio Ranch, about 12 minutes south of Half Moon Bay. They're doing it to reduce wildfire risk. Tributes continue to pour in for Matthew Perry. The actor was found dead after an apparent drowning at his Los Angeles home yesterday. Matthew Perry was 54.
He was best known for playing Chandler Bing on the show Friends. Christian Benavides has reaction and the latest on the investigation.
No foul play is suspected in the sudden death of beloved actor Matthew Perry, according to detectives.
Agent 23, Rescue 23, EMS 9 on the radio. Respond to the drowning.
He was found dead at his Los Angeles area home Saturday of an apparent drowning. Police set up a white tent in the backyard of the home next to a pool.
He was very nice, and he had done this, redone this house for like a couple of years, and he was finally moving in.
Matthew right here first. Thank you.
The 54-year-old who grew up in Ottawa, Canada, moved to Los Angeles in his teens. He eventually rose to fame as the witty and lovable Chandler Bing on the hit TV show Friends. On Sunday, fans dropped off flowers outside the actor's home and at the New York apartment building made famous on the show that ran for 10 seasons.
We were hoping it was not true. We're still in disbelief.
Really sudden. And a lot of people are feeling it right now.
Perry was open about his struggle with substance abuse, estimating he spent more than $7 million in and out of rehab. Last year, announcing he'd been sober for 18 months, releasing a memoir.
Regardless of everything he was suffering through, he really put that first as his want to help others.
His family, which includes Dateline broadcaster Keith Morrison, told People magazine they are heartbroken. Matthew brought so much joy to the world.
All-night tributes include Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, a former schoolmate writing, "Thanks for all the laughs, Matthew. You were loved and you will be missed."
Appreciate you watching tonight. 60 Minutes is next. We'll be back here at 11.
Until then, the news continues streaming on CBS News Bay Area. Have a good night.